And we're live. Good evening po sa inyong lahat mga kaguro. And of course, welcome back to Gurong Pinoy. We would like to especially welcome back the members of Team Piaget. Again, if you are still not a member of Team Piaget, pwede po kayong humabol. No? If you are a member, then you can answer our quizzes. You can watch the full-length video. You can download my PowerPoint presentation. So there's no need for you to take any screenshots. There's no need for you to take any notes. No? Dahil na-download nyo po yung aking PowerPoint presentation right after our live stream. Now, of course, you have your free pre-board and free final coaching. Again, just send us a message. Our Facebook page is Gurong Pinoy. If you're watching us on Facebook right now on our Facebook page, that's the same page where you are going to send a message so that you can join Team Piaget. Again, the membership for Team Piaget is valid until September of this year. So again, habol na po kayo. And of course, we'd also like to welcome our newbies, no, sa mga kakatune in pa lamang, new subscribers, new followers. Welcome po. Again, ng lahat ng mga newbies natin, we'd like to welcome all of you. Diretso po kayo sa kusina na meron po tayong lechon doon. At mababait po yung ating members dito, yung mga matatagal na, yung members ng ating Team Thunders, ay mababait po silang lahat at very accommodating. So I'm pretty sure that you are going to enjoy learning in Gurong Pinoy. Now, again, tonight's discussion is centered on professional education. This is still in preparation for your upcoming LET. Those of you who will be taking the LET this March, no, sa susunod ng Sunday. Okay, very, very near. Malapit na, no, nakakakaba, nakaka-excite na. But of course, if you have been with us for quite some time, and if you have been preparing for your licensure exam for teachers, I'm pretty sure na hindi ka po mahihirapan sa inyong licensure exam for teachers. All right, but before anything else, let us all start with our opening prayer. So please join me. We thank you for this new day, Lord. Help us to embrace all that it may hold for us, to hear the bird song and have new melodies in our hearts, to see the sunrise and create beauty with our hands, to touch the leaves that grow afresh, and allow your love to touch our hearts, to smell the fragrance of the flowers and breathe in the wonder of your creation, to dwell on the beauty of our world and study and fathom your miracles, to enjoy the conversations we have and the lessons we go to. May we drink in all the goodness you have for us. Amen. Okay, so once again, as I've mentioned, this is professional education. There's going to be 20 items. These items, of course, are those items that you will see in your upcoming licensure exam for teachers. And so if you are ready, please do like and love this video and share our video. Napaka-importante that you share our video so that we can reach out to more people. Again, if you do want to become a member of Team Piaget, just send a message to our Facebook page. If you are watching us on our Facebook page right now, or maybe on our YouTube channel, no, yes, napuputol po yung inyong video. So once again, I invite all of you to become a member of Team Piaget because nandun po yung full-length video and doon po yung PowerPoint presentation natin. Ina-upload po kada pagkatapos ng ating live stream. No? So lahat po ng notes, lahat ng tips nandun po sa Team Piaget. So become a member of Team Piaget. Just send the message to our Facebook page. Okay, please do like, share this video. Again, paki-like na po and share ng ating video. Maraming salamat din po sa ating mga star senders. You can support Gurong Pinoy by sending us your stars on Facebook Live and also sending us super chat, super stickers on YouTube Live. Again, please do like, share this video. We still have 300 people not liking this video or not loving this video. Okay, we're still waiting for you. Paki-like and love and share this video para po may biyaya tayong ma-receive, no? Okay, so paki-like, love, share this video. Nandiyan lamang po yung like button or heart button very near your chat box. Okay, and of course, please do share our video para mas marami pa po tayong matulungan, yung mga marites yung kapitbahay, yung mga kaaway yung kaklase dati. Meron din naman kayong mga friends dati na mga kaklase, no? At meron din naman kayong mga naging crush or maaaring mga naging ex yung kaklase, no? So para makita nila na kayo ay nagre-review sa Gurong Pinoy at sila ay matulungan din, please do share Gurong Pinoy. All right, please like, love, and share this video. We start 300 people. We're still waiting for you to like and love this video, share this video. We start with question number 1. Which of the following is not correct? Is it letter A, a learning environment needs to be disrespectful? Letter B, a learning environment needs to be free from clutter? Letter C, a learning environment needs to be large enough for the class? Or letter D, a learning environment needs to be safe? Okay, which one is your choice for number one? This is pretty common sense, no? Common sense lamang ang question na ito. Sigurado akong tama ang inyong choice for this item. Again, please do like and love, share this video. Okay, yung mga nagla-like, love at nag-share, siguradong makakapasa. Okay, I see a lot of letter A's in our comment box. A lot of letter A's sa ating comment box. Tumpa kaya ang letter A. Okay, going back to our question, it says, which of the following is not correct? Okay, so you have the term not correct here. So that means hinahanap natin yung hindi tama, no? Yung hindi natin dapat ginagawa. Is it letter A, a learning environment needs to be disrespectful? Letter B, a learning environment needs to be free from clutter? Letter C, a learning environment needs to be large enough for the class? And letter D, a learning environment needs to be safe? Now, we all know that the learning environment is very important in the psychology of the child. Also, it can affect the learning of the child. Now, when you say learning environment, hindi lamang po siya physical, no? So, hindi lamang siya physical component of your classroom. Nandun na din yung emotional, yung psychological, no? Kung paano mo i-guide yung students mo, how you build relationships with your students, whether you are respecting your students, kung minumura mo yung mga estudyante mo, it can affect the learning environment. So once again, what I'm trying to tell you, the learning environment is not just the physical components of your classroom. Okay? And of course, the correct choice here is letter A, no? So learning environment needs to be disrespectful. Ito po yung ating hinahanap, no? Because this, of course, is not correct. Okay, this is not true. Kasi learning environment needs to be free from clutter. Tama po yan. Dapat walang kalat because of course, nakaka-apekto siya sa learning ng ating estudyante. No? Pag maraming kalat, of course, it's going to make them lose their concentration at para maiwasan na din yung mga aksidente. A learning environment needs to be large enough for the class, of course, para komportable yung ating estudyante. And the learning environment needs to be safe. So dapat they should feel safe and secured in our classroom. And so letter A is tumpak for number one. All right, we move on with number two. Okay, number two. Which of these is the best example of good motivating feedback? Is it letter A? You'll never be a champ if you throw like that, kid. Why don't you watch a couple of videos of a pro doing it and try again tomorrow? Letter B. That's a terrible way to throw a ball. You'll never become good at anything if you ever throw like that again. Letter C. You're doing it all wrong, sport. Or letter D. Try throwing the ball like this as it'll help you score more and you'll be on your way to being like insert famous athlete's name in no time. Okay, so we are looking for good motivating feedback. What is your choice for number two? Okay, hanapin ko muna yung comment kanina. Meron ako nakitang comment. Okay, so yan. Basahin ko lang po. Good evening, Coach Mek. Kakapasa ko lang po sa let. Thank you so much po sa inyo habang nagbabasa ako ng question. Sa actual exam, boses nyo po naririnig ko. Siguro po kakapanood ko lahat ng videos nyo. Congratulations, Facebook user. Ganap na siyang LPT, no? Hindi ko lang nakikita yung inyong name. But of course, congratulations sa lahat ng ating mga LPTs. And again, if you have been concentrating, if you have been spending your time with Gurong Pinoy, hindi po kayo mahihirapan, no, sa pagkuha ninyo ng inyong let. Okay, going back to number two, we are looking for good motivating feedback. I see these in our comment box. And of course, letter D is tumpak. Now, so try throwing the ball like this as it will help you score more. And you'll be on your way to being like this famous athlete in no time, okay? Now, remember when you are trying to teach the kid, no, if you are trying to teach your child, your students, it does not matter what age, no? Kung maliliit pa, bata pa yung mga estudyante or kahit na teenagers, no? Kasi yung teenagers naman natin, they're very sensitive. Balat sibuyas sila, ayaw nilang napapagalitan, especially if sa harap ng mas marami, no, na maraming tao, sa harap ng classmate. And so yung isang hint natin, isang tip, if you are angry with one student in your classroom, you address the class as a whole, no? You don't pinpoint or you don't single out the student kahit siya lang naman yung pasaway, no? Because of course ayaw nila na napapagalitan in front of their class. Okay? So they're very sensitive. And kung bata naman, masyadong maliit pa yung inyong kid or inyong student, ganun din, no? So whenever you are motivating them, whenever you are teaching them, you should be using positive words. Sabi nga nila, do not use no. Okay? Do not use no. Do not jump on the bed. Do not run. Okay? Pero yung gagamitin mo dapat ay positive, no? Let's try walking slowly. It will be better. You will feel safer. Okay? You will not have any accidents if you try to walk slower. Okay? So you don't say no, don't run, don't jump. Okay? But so try always, we'd always have to try using positive motivating feedback, of course positive words. Now so here A, B, and C's, these are all wrong because of course these are all negative, no? Negative yung mga words na ginagamit that you'll never be a champ. That's a terrible way. You're doing it all wrong. Okay? So as students, they are very sensitive and they are very observant, no? So we have to be very careful, especially if we are around kids and we are around teenagers. So letter D is our tumpak na choice for number 2. Number 3, what is one strategy for ensuring physical safety? Is it letter A, keep in close communication with families? Letter B, give your students language to describe their feelings? Letter C, help each student make a friend? Or letter D, keep your classroom neat and tidy? Okay, what's your choice for number 3? Again, we still have around 200 people not liking, loving this video, and not sharing this video. Paki-share na po, paki-like and love ng ating video so that we can help more people. Okay, what is one strategy for ensuring physical safety? Keep in close communication with families. Letter B, give your students language to describe their feelings. Letter C, help each student make a friend. Letter D, keep your classroom neat and tidy. Okay, I see D's in our comment box. My A, my C. May iilang medyo na lito, no? But again, in professional education, in the LET, no, you have to really analyze the question. Yung inyo pong magiging sagot ay depende sa inyong question. Minsan po pare-parehas yung question, may naiba lamang na isang word na iiba din yung ating answer, no? And so, we have to really analyze the question. Yung pinaka-hint mo dito, and you usually have to look for your hints, no? Yung keywords mo. In this case here, what is one strategy for ensuring physical safety? The most important term that we have here is physical, no? Because all of this are actually correct, but we are looking for physical safety. That means it pertains to the learning environment. It pertains to the classroom, no, physical classroom. And so the correct choice here would be letter D. Keep your classroom neat and tidy. Letter A, keep in close communication with families. Okay din naman to, but this is not pertaining to physical, no? Hindi siya physical. Letter B, give your students language to describe their feelings. Emotional din siya. Letter C, this is also emotional as well as psychological. So again, letter D is our choice because we are talking about physical safety. Okay, so physical safety, letter D is tumpa. Number 4, according to Erikson, at which stage does a child first develop a sense of independence? Is it letter A, autonomy versus shame and doubt? Letter B, initiative versus guilt? Letter C, industry versus inferiority? Or letter D, trust versus mistrust? Ligwa, okay lang po yan. At least sa left, tama na. Okay, I see. A, B, C is iba-iba. May D din. Hmm. Mukhang may pagkalito pa tayo sa theory ni Erik Erikson, psychosocial development theory. Okay, may C, may B, may D. Kompleto ang inyong choices. Okay, so sabi dito, according to Erikson, at what stage, no? At which stage does a child first develop? Okay, so first develop a sense of independence. So yung pinaka-hint mo dito is first development, yung sense of independence, no? Kailan unang-unang nade-develop yung sense of independence ng isang bata? Is it letter A, autonomy versus shame and doubt? Letter B, initiative versus guilt? Letter C, industry versus inferiority? Or letter D, trust versus mistrust? We are looking for independence, and the correct choice here is letter A, no? Ito yung pinakaunang stage kung saan nade-develop yung independence. Independence, of course, that's synonymous to autonomy. When you say autonomy, that's also the same as saying independence. So independence din siya. And since this is the second stage, siya yung unang-una. No? So yung unang-una, this is the first stage where the child would develop the independence. So letter A po ang ating tumpak na choice dito. Hindi po initiative versus guilt, hindi industry versus inferiority, at hindi din trust versus mistrust. Let's take a look at your slide. Okay, so here, you have 8 different stages according to Erik Erikson's psychosocial development theory. No? So yung unang-una is trust versus mistrust. This is from infancy until 1.5. Now here, the basic virtue that's being developed by the child is hope. Okay? Now, napaka-importante dito that the caregivers, those people who are around the children or who are around the child, they really have to take care of the child. Dapat inaalagaan mo mabuti yung anak mo. This is when they would develop trust, no? And they develop hope. And so whenever the child cries, kasi yung according to Freud naman kasi, yung erogenous zone dito ng bata, kung saan yung nagbibigay ng satisfaction sa kanya, it is through his mouth. So whenever the child would cry at alam mong gutom yung bata, dapat pinapadede na siya, no? Hindi po tama yung sinasabi ng, minsan kasi yung mga matatanda, sinasabi nila sa atin na, okay lang yan, paiyakin mo yung bata, okay lang yan, no? Para lumusog daw yung lungs, lumusog yung baga ng bata. At of course, the child is going to become a singer, no? Yan yung sinasabi nila. But hindi po siya po pwedeng ginagawa natin palagi sa bata, because the child, when that happens, palagi mong pinapaiyak na mahabang panahon bago padidehin yung bata, the child would develop mistrust, no? So mistrustful or distrustful yung bata. Ito yung mga pag lumaki na yung bata, medyo praning siya, no? Palagi siyang may ano siya, may trust issues. Yung katulad mo, no? Kung wala namang kabet or wala namang nilalandi yung boyfriend mo, pero feeling mo meron lagi. So kaya ikaw, yung ginagawa mo, kinukuha mo yung password ng boyfriend mo, ng girlfriend mo, para ma-check mo lagi kung sinong kachat niya, no? So there might have been something that has been done or that has happened during your trust versus mistrust stage kung bakit wala kang trust sa mga tao sa paligid mo. Okay, so this can affect the development of the child kasi. So that's infancy, 0 to 1.5. Now, this is what we were looking for, autonomy versus shame, no? Autonomy versus shame and doubt. And this would develop will. We all know what will is, your initiative, no? Initiative ng bata, gusto niyang matapos, gusto niyang gawin, kung anong gusto niyang gawin, no? So this is from early childhood, 1.5 to 3 years old. Kung inyo pong napapansin, kung meron kayong anak at this stage or meron kayong mga pamangkin at this stage, meron silang palaging gustong, for example, meron silang favorite shirt, no? Ganyan lang nilagi. Yan lang lagi yung gusto nila. Meron silang, they're trying to develop their will. Meron silang gusto na gawin, no? So sometimes, kay Ray, naranasan ko rin to sa anak ko, whenever you dress her up, sometimes she'd say, Makate, no? She'd say, I'm not comfortable. I don't feel comfortable. I'm uncomfortable, ma'am. So wala kang choice, okay? But hindi lamang dahil gusto nila, but again, you have to give them a chance to develop will, no? So this is autonomy versus shame. Now, meron tayong video, meron tayong I cannot remember which video that was. I think yung purple na video natin, purple yung thumbnail niya, where I have taught you how to memorize, no, how to at least remember the different stages, yung hint natin, yung mnemonics natin, kung paano mo maaalala lahat ng stages ng to. No? So balikan nyo po yan later. I'm going to tell you which video that is later. Now, initiative versus guilt, this comes after autonomy versus shame and doubt. Ito yung pag-develop na din ng purpose ng bata. So halos magkapareha sila ng will, no? Will and purpose. But during this time, 3 to 5 years old na yung bata. So meron na siyang mga desisyon, no? So kailangan mo siyang pagbigyan, basta't hindi tabu, no? Hindi naman nakakasama, hindi naman masamang tingnan sa lipunan yung kanyang ginagawa. Okay lang na pagbigyan mo siya. Okay? Because the child is trying to develop will and purpose. Industry versus inferiority, during this time, the child is already in school. So nag-aaral na yung bata dito and the child is trying to develop competency. And so as parents, as teachers, as titas, titos, as tutors, dapat po hindi tayo yung gumagawa ng lahat ng assignment ng ating anak, no? Yung ngayong may module. Hindi dapat na ikaw yung gumagawa ng assignment ng anak mo because during all his experiences or all her experiences during this time, the child will develop competency. So kung nakikita mo kung merong ibang taong nasa paligid mo na medyo batugan, medyo gustong natutulog lang or medyo matanda na nandyan pa rin sa piling ng nanay, no? Yung nanay pa rin yung gumagawa para sa kanya, the child might not have developed competency or that person might not have developed competency, no? Baka during the time na nasa school siya, yung nanay niya yung gumagawa ng lahat, no? Minsan kasi nakakapagod din magturo, no? Minsan gusto mo ikaw na lang gumawa para tapos na, no? But we have to give chance to our students. Hindi lamang kasi siya panandali ang epekto, hindi lamang siya para matapos yung assignment. It can also bring forth the development of the child. So lahat ng ginagawa actually, lahat ng nangyayari every day, it can affect the development of your child. So if you want your child to be successful in life, bigyan mo siya ng chance to be successful. Hindi yung ikaw mismo yung gagawa ng lahat-lahat. Okay, now fifth is ego, identity versus role confusion. This is during the adolescent stage, no? And here, the child will develop fidelity. So, nakaka-develop siya ng kanyang identity. Ano ba ako? Should I play the male gender, the female gender? Parte ba ako ng LGBTQIA+ community, no? And of course, nade-develop yung kanilang fidelity. When you say fidelity, this is trustworthiness. Yung kanilang loyalty towards their partner, no? So, intimacy versus isolation, the next one here, they develop love. Okay, so young adulthood na ito. Generativity versus stagnation. This is already during adulthood. During this time, ikaw ay nagtatrabaho na. No? So, karamihan siguro sa inyo nandito pa sa intimacy versus isolation. At yung iba, yung mga team thunders natin, medyo nandito na sa generativity versus stagnation. And of course, the last stage here is ego, integrity versus despair. And here, the person develops wisdom. Okay, so medyo pag naging successful siya sa prior stages, magiging successful din, magkakaroon din ng wisdom yung lolo at lola mo, no? So kung meron kang lolo at lola, yung lolo at lola sa bahay mo, medyo maraming advice lagi, marami siyang mga words of wisdom. You all know na naging successful siya in these different stages. Pero kung yung lolo at lola mo ay bugnutin, no, palaging may kaaway, ito yung mga lolo at lola na maraming regret, no, yung mga marami silang gustong balikan, marami silang hindi nagawa sa buhay nila na dapat ginawa nila. So now they are regretting those choices. So again, I'd like to stress as teachers, especially yung mga elementary school teachers natin, yung mga basic ed, no, primary school teachers natin, at bilang mga adults sa paligid ng mga anak natin, ng mga kids natin, those young ones, it's very important that we try to give them all the chances, all the experiences so that they can develop holistically, no? So hindi po pwedeng tayo lang yung gawa ng gawa, hindi po pwedeng pinapagalitan lagi yung bata, no? As much as possible. Ako kahit na nagdo-drawing yung anak ko sa wall, okay lang. I'd always try to tell her, you're more important than the wall. Okay, so okay lang. And so dapat pinapaintindi lang natin na may mali, merong ganito, you don't do it next time, okay? But we have to make them understand because of course they don't know right from wrong pa during those ages, okay? So again, our answer was letter A, autonomy versus shame. Okay, number 5 naman, Erikson's developmental stage of industry versus inferiority can be compared to which of Freud's psychosexual stages? Okay, so here you are comparing Erikson's psychosocial development theory with that of Freud's psychosexual theory. Is it letter A, oral, letter B, anal, letter C, latency, or letter D, phallic? Okay, what's your choice? For number 5. Si si Sir Ostokong maging dinosaur, Ostokong maging dinosaur, nasa ego integrity na siya. Okay lang po 'yan, 'no? Team Thunders. Pero yung mga Team Thunders natin dito nakakapasa. So wag po kayong mawalan ng pag-asa. Ma'am Genevieve Magmanlak, isa sa ating mga bagong LPTs. Hello, Mamet. Nakakamiss manood ng live. Thank you po sa Gurong Pinoy. Nakapasa po ako. Nag-take po ako ng exam last January 30. Laban lang, mga kaguro. Okay, congratulations again, Ma'am Genevieve, sa lahat ng ating mga LPTs. No? So again, kapit lamang po kayo. No? Huwag kayong mag-give up sa ating mga Team Thunders kahit na mahina yung internet, no? Kahit na nahihirapan, may trabaho, maraming ginagawa sa bahay, do not give up on your dreams. No, there's no one who can help you pass the let. Of course, Guru Pinoy is here to help you pass the let, but the big share, the lion's share would be coming from you. And of course, kayo din naman yung magre-reap, no, ng kung ano yung inipon nyo, kayo din naman yung enjoy, no, once na naging LPT na kayo. Sir Windel, Austria, Gurong Pinoy, I passed the January let with your help. Thank you so much. Congratulations po, Sir Windel, Austria. Isa din sa ating mga LPTs. Okay, what's your answer? Letter C. I see a lot of letter C's. Latency. School age. Okay, so Erikson's developmental stage of industry versus inferiority, nakita natin to kanina, sabi natin school age nga siya, can be compared to which of Freud's psychosexual stages? Letter A, oral, letter B, anal, letter C, latency, or letter D, phallic. And the correct choice here, of course, would be letter C, latency is tumpak. Okay, so latency po yung ating hinahanap. So sabi natin kanina, industry versus inferiority is during school age, no? Yan yung sabi ni Erikson. And according to Freud naman, this is during latency, no? Sa latency siya. Energy is directed to physical and intellectual activities, sexual impulses repressed, relationship between peers of same sex. Now, these right here are the different stages of Freud's psychosexual development theory. Now, usually, yung ginamit kong mnemonics would be owls, always play, late games. Again, owls, as in quago, no? Owls, always play, late games. So you have oral, anal, phallic, latency, genital. So these are the different stages, no, according to Freud. At para kay Freud, sa kada stage, meron siya tinatawag na erogenous zone. These are the different parts of the body that would give pleasure, another center of pleasure in these different stages. So for example, sa oral stage, from 0 to 1 year old, ang center of pleasure nila is the mouth, no? So that's the major source of gratification and explanation. So kung inyong napapansin, lahat ng nadadampot ng infant mo, nilalagay niya sa mouth. Kaya nga sinasabi nilang, wag ka maglalagay ng mga maliliit na toys because they can become choking hazards, no? Because everything that they get, they would put inside their mouth. Sometimes nga, yung ano pa, di ba? Yung jackpot pa kinakain ng bata, no, pag hindi naagapan. Okay, so that's the oral stage. Now, the anal stage, on the other hand, from 1 to 3 years old, no, so toddler, The source of pleasure is the anus and the bladder. So here po, pwede mo na siyang turuan ng toilet train. No? Ito toilet train mo na siya yung bata. Ito toilet training mo na the control of their anus and their bladder. That's from 1 to 3 years old. Now, phallic stage. Phallic, of course, this means phallus, no, ari. No, phallus or are. So this is from 3 to 6 years old. The center of pleasure is the child's genitalia. No? So here, palagi kong sinasabi, you might see the child playing with his toy-toy or with her ning-ning in a form of masturbation. But then again, hindi po to dahil manyakis yung bata, hindi dahil bastos yung bata, because this is just how the child would try to explore, especially yung self niya. No? Kinikilala niya yung sarili niya sa pamamagitan ng pag-explore ng different parts of his body. So here, the major conflicts would be the Oedipus complex and the Electra complex. So when you say Oedipus complex, the son is competing with the father for the interest or the attention of the mom. Yung Electra complex naman, kabaliktaran, no? The daughter is competing with the mom for the attention of the dad. Okay, so that's phallic stage. Again, the child is exploring his sexuality, her sexuality, using his or her own body. Now, once you get to latency, ditong stage na to, bored si Lolo Freud, no? Dahil para sa kanya, walang erogenous zone dito, walang center of pleasure during this time because the child is very busy with schoolwork. Okay, so yung child mo is very busy with schoolwork, and so sexual impulses are repressed. So medyo na-bore si Lolo Sigmund Freud sa latency stage. No? Wala kasing erogenous zone. And lastly, you have genital. From 12 to 18 years old, energy is directed towards full sexual maturation and function and development of secondary sexual characteristics. We'd sometimes call this stage the sexual reawakening. No? Sexual reawakening. Halos magkapareha sila ng phallic, pero sa genital, sexual urges, sexual tendencies are already directed towards the partner. So meron na siyang partner. Maaring partner niya ay a person of the opposite sex, or pwede din naman na person of the same sex kapag ka member siya ng LGBTQIA+ nga. No? So that's genital. So again, these are the different stages according to Freud's psychosexual development theory. But we were looking for latency, and that was letter C. Okay, so letter C po ang tumpak nating choice. All right, number 6. Which among the following agrees with the saber-tooth curriculum? Letter A, the curriculum should be based on the standards set by expert curriculum makers. Letter B, the curriculum should change according to the needs of society. Letter C, the curriculum should be focused on the developmental needs of students. Or letter D, the curriculum's focus should shift from our contemporaries to traditions. Anong ibig sabihin ng saber-tooth curriculum? Okay, what do you think is the correct choice for question number 6? Ang ganda din ng mnemonic. Ni Facebook user, hindi ko po nakikita yung name nyo. Pero ayan, meron siyang mnemonic din. OA, palagi si Freud. Okay, so oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital. Okay, so thank you so much for sharing that mnemonic. Okay, what do you think is the answer for number 6? Again, gentle reminder for those of you who are not members of Team Piaget, napuputol po yung ating video dyan po sa Facebook natin at dyan po sa ating YouTube, no? Napuputol po yung video ninyo. Again, if you do want to enjoy the full-length video, magpa-member po kayo sa Team Piaget so that you can watch a full-length video, and of course, you can download my PowerPoint presentation. Okay, please do like and share this video again. Like and share our video. All right, we are already at number 6. Which among the following agrees with the saber-tooth curriculum? Okay, I see A's and B's in our comment box. Meron ding ilang C. Okay, ano kaya ang tumpak na choice? The curriculum should be based on the standards set by expert curriculum makers. Letter B, the curriculum should change according to the needs of society. Letter C, the curriculum should be focused on the developmental needs of students. Or letter D, the curriculum's focus should shift from our contemporaries to traditions. So should shift from the modern to the traditions. Ito yung sinasabi ng letter D. Now, ang tumpak na choice natin dito ay letter B. No? When you say saber-tooth curriculum, the curriculum should change according to the needs of society. So parang katulad ng ngayong nagka-pandemya, magti 3 years na yung pandemic, no? Tama ba? Magto 2 years yung pandemic. Nag-lockdown tayo 2020, no? So tama, 2020. So that means, yon, magto 2 years nga na yung pandemic. Yung curriculum natin nag-change din, nag-shift din from going face-to-face. We all did virtual, no? So virtual or e-learning at meron ding modular learning, no? May hybrid din. So the curriculum should change according to the needs of society. Yan yung sinasabi ng saber-tooth curriculum. Tumpak yung saber-tooth curriculum natin. Okay, so here is our explanation. The saber-tooth curriculum is a curriculum that applies the survival needs of the communities according to the changes that they need to adapt to. The link between all these curriculums is that all of them are focusing on equipping the learner for survival. So this right here is a saber-tooth tiger, no? So survival, that is the basic belief of your saber-tooth curriculum. So dapat para makasurvive, yung curriculum mo ay magtuturo kung ano yung mga kailangan ng mga estudyante to survive. Okay, so our answer, our choice is letter B. Okay, 7. What questioning technique is used by teacher Ariel when he asks the learners a series of questions that serve to explore, look into, and inquire? Is it letter A, probe, letter B, repeat, letter C, rephrase, or letter D, redirect? Okay, what's your choice for number 7? Again, for those of you who are saying na hindi po klaro, yung video quality nyo po ang inyong i-change. Meron pong sa settings, no? If you are watching us on Facebook, i-click nyo po yung settings sa baba. Tapos yung quality po i-change ninyo. Okay, so minsan kasi mababa yung quality, kaya malabo. Ganon din po sa settings sa YouTube. I-change nyo lang po yung inyong settings. Okay, letter A. I see a lot of letter A's for number 7. So again, for number 7 here, we are looking for a questioning technique used by teacher Ariel when he asks the learners a series of questions that serve to explore, look into. Of course, when you say look into, this is to investigate and to inquire, no? So explore, look into, and inquire. And of course, the correct choice here is letter A, that's probing, no? So probing to, ito yung ginagamit ng mga investigators, ito yung mga ginagamit ng mga police, no? So to explore, look into, and inquire. It's not repeating, it's not rephrasing, pinaparaphrase mo lang when you say rephrasing, and it's not redirecting, no? Dinidirekta mo lang redirect mo lang yung inyong question. But here, letter A, probe, is tumpak. All right, number 8, teacher Ricky asks students to break down, critically examine, interpret, and investigate a concept or problem. This demonstrates what kind of learning. Is it letter A, application, letter B, synthesis, letter C, analysis, or letter D, evaluation? Okay, what's your choice? I see C's in our comment. Again, if you'd want to become a member of Team Piaget, mag-send lamang po na message later sa atin pong Facebook page. Our Facebook page is Gurong Pinoy. Okay, going back to number 8, when you ask your students to break down, ito yung pinaka-hint mo dito, no? Breaking down. critically examine, interpret, and investigate a concept or problem, this demonstrates what kind of learning. And the tumpak na choice is letter C. Now, this is analysis, okay? Not application, synthesis, or evaluation. Let's go back to Bloom's taxonomy. Now, this is already the new version of Bloom's taxonomy, no? So again, yung pinaka-hint mo dun sa ating question was breakdown. So ayan, no, breaking down information into component parts, that's analysis. Now, going back to the different stages here, remember that the first three stages from the bottom going up, these are your lower order thinking skills. Remember is just name, list, identify, you only recognize and recall facts. Very simple, the lowest level. Understand is when you already understand the facts, know what they mean, you can paraphrase, you can use your own words, you can explain. Apply, of course, is that whatever you've learned inside the classroom, you can apply in another situation, a real life situation, or a similar situation. Analysis, no, analyze, ito yung hinahanap natin, you break down information into component parts. So, hinihimay-himay mo, no, yung from a whole, sineseparate mo siya into its component parts. Now, evaluate here is already the second to the highest, no, nag-shift sila from evaluate being the highest older version mo. Ang create mo kasi was synthesis before, but now create is already the highest level. Evaluate is when you judge the value of information or ideas. You debate, you criticize, now you evaluate. Now, create, on the other hand, this is when you combine parts to make a new whole. It's the opposite of analyze, but napaka-importante that you have to remember that when you say create, it's not simply putting together the different parts, but it's also putting them together and creating a new whole. Napaka-importante na bago yung inyong ginawa, no? So bago yung ginawa nyo. So if you are a scientist, for example, if you are an inventor at meron kang na-inventong bago, then that's creating. Pag meron ka namang ginaya lamang, no? Ginaya mo lamang siya. Ginagawa kasi ng Pinoy is binubutinting, no, yung mga bagay-bagay at tinitingnan, chine-check lang, inaayos. Wala tayong sarili nating technology. Kaya nga ngayon, sabi nga nila, no, kahit hindi tayo yung nasa gera, tayo din ay patay dahil we simply depend on other countries' technology, we depend on other countries' resources para tayo ay mabuhay, no? Nag-i-import tayo ng maraming bagay. We don't create our own, okay? So, as teachers, dapat we teach our students how to create, to make something new out of the specific parts, okay? But then again, our answer was letter C, analysis. Now, number 9, what educational philosophy should a teacher emphasize if he wants his students to develop self-responsibility and accountability? Is it letter A, essentialist, letter B, utilitarianist, letter C, existentialist, or letter D, constructivist? Again, if you'd want to become a member of Team Piaget, just send a message to our Facebook page. If you are watching us on Facebook now, dyan po na Facebook page, mag-send po kayo ng message. And just wait for our admin, no, to address your messages. Kasi minsan out of office hours na, tulog na yung admin natin. So hintayin nyo lang po the following day na balikan yung inyong messages. Okay, letter C. I see letter C is for number 9. What educational philosophy should a teacher emphasize if he wants his students to develop? Ito yung pinaka-importanting words natin dito, self-responsibility and accountability. Now, I assume that you all know the meaning of accountability, no, pananagutan. Kung ano yung ginawa mo, you should face the consequences, that you should face the effects of your action, no? Hindi pwedeng may ginawa ka tapos pagtataguan mo lang, no? Dapat you are responsible for all your actions. You are accountable for all your actions. And of course, we know that this is part of existentialism. No? So existentialist is the correct choice for number 9. Okay, so hindi siya essentialist. Again, when you say essentialist, this is only teaching the basics, the 3 R's or sometimes the 4 R's. Very traditional yung inyong essentialist. Utilitarianist is the common good, no, for the common good. Kung mas maraming happy, yan yung gawin mo or yan yung i-pick mong choice. Constructivist means you don't give them the definition of a word, you give them the different experiences so that they can make their own meaning of the word. Okay, so that's constructivists. And again, we are looking for letter C, existentialist po. Now, this has been discussed in this video, no? So again, if this is the first time that you're watching us, we have so many videos on our YouTube channel. Meron po tayong unang-una, meron po tayong playlist ng live stream, no? Lahat ng live stream natin, the previous live streams starting from 2020. We started our YouTube channel in 2020 nung nag-pandemic kasi kami din ay nag-e-learning dito sa Amerika, nag-e-learning kami. And so marami akong time and so nag-start ako ng YouTube channel. But we had our physical review center before sa Iloilo bago kami pumunta ng Amerika. Now, meron din tayong ProfEd na playlist, meron tayong Gen Ed na playlist, no? So balikan niyo po lahat ng videos. Ito pong video na to, this is where all the isms of education ay diniscuss ko, no? So lahat ng ito, hinimay-himay ko, lahat ng ito ay diniscuss, lahat ng isms ninyo. Na ito yung isang video, itong sinasabi ko kanina na purple, na dito din maraming theories naman, lahat ng theories, yung kay Erikson, kung paano mo maalala lahat ng stages ng kay Erikson, kay Freud, kay Piaget, lahat po nun nandito sa video na ito. No? So balikan niyo po yung lahat ng videos natin. All right, so number 10, what enables the learner to fully contribute to a peaceful and just society based on the learning to do pillar? Letter A, insights. Letter B, values. Letter C, knowledge. Or letter D, skills. Okay, what's your choice for number 10? Again, gentle reminder, napuputol po yung ating video sa Facebook and sa YouTube. So again, please become a member of Team Piaget. Mag-send lamang po ng message sa ating Facebook page and wait for our admin to reply. No? Minsan po, may mga nagsisend sa akin na message, hindi ko na po minsan nababasa dahil ako po yung nagtuturo dito sa Amerika, no? At meron po akong 3 different classes. So 3 different preparation. Iba-iba po yung klase ko. So, minsan hindi ko napapansin yung inyong question or yung message nyo, especially pag hindi tayo friends. At minsan naman, hindi ko alam yung sagot, no? So, minsan ay nagtatanong kayo about the promo. I have no idea sometimes about the promo. Hindi ko na iniintindi yung promo, na bahala na sila. Bahala na yung admin at si Sir Migs about the promo and everything. Ako basta magtuturo lang, okay? Because I have limited time. I'm also pregnant. And so, malapit na akong manganak. And I will be recording a few videos, no, sa time na nasa hospital ako. Okay, now here, this question is very tricky, no? Napaka-tricky ng ating question. Kasi sinabi dito, parang nilito kayo ng question eh. What enables the learner to fully contribute to a peaceful and just society based on the learning to do pillar, no? Yung pinaka-hint mo kasi dito ay peaceful and just society. How can you contribute to a peaceful and just society as a whole by or based on the learning to do pillar? And so yung choice mo dito is letter B, values po yung ating hinahanap because of the things that were mentioned here. Although you have the skills, maaari kasi yung inyong choice ay maging skills because of the learning to do pillar, pero yung pinaka-root ng inyong question is how do you contribute to a peaceful and just society? How can you contribute? Kasi po pwede namang meron kang skills pero you don't contribute to peaceful and just society. Katulad kunwari ni Putin, di ba? Meron naman siyang skills, no? Meron siyang learning to do pillar na satisfied niya yan, but he is not contributing to a peaceful and just society because he doesn't have the values. Okay? So letter B po yung inyong magiging choice dito, no? So letter B, hindi po letter D. Ito kasi ay very tricky question. But then again, your choice would be letter B, values. Values is tumpak. Okay, now, again, as part of our Let Prof Ed na playlist, meron po tayo ding Pillars of Education, meron po tayong Outcome-Based Education. So, balikan niyo po yung lahat. May Code of Ethics tayo na video, meron tayong Curriculum Development na 1, 2, 3, may Assessment of 4 as Learning, meron tayong Technology Integration Matrix, no, Infusion, Adaptation, Adoption, Entry, all those, meron po tayong video. So again, Pillars of Education, balikan niyo po yan, nasa YouTube channel natin, which is also Gurong Pinoy. All right, next one. Your students are more interested in a topic that is not part of your lesson, so you drop your original lesson in favor of what they like. Is it which philosophy governs your decision? Is it letter A, empiricism, letter B, rationalism, letter C, progressivism, or letter D, existentialism? Okay, what's your choice for 11? Okay, number 11 na po tayo mga kaguro. Ano kaya ang tumpak na choice?